You have 30 days, 1 month, that's all it takes to completely change the trajectory of your life. Most people think transformation takes years. That's a lie. Change happens in a moment. The moment you decide you will no longer tolerate mediocrity. The moment you commit at a level you never have before. Right now you are standing at a crossroads. One path, it leads to the same frustrations, the same excuses, the same cycle of disappointment. The other, it leads to power, confidence, and momentum. The version of you that refuses to settle. But here's the truth. Most people hesitate. They wait. They overthink, and another year passes, another dream fades, another excuse wins. Not this time. Because if you're here, there's a fire inside you that refuses to be ignored. You know you're meant for more. You know you have another gear. The only thing standing between you and your breakthrough? Massive action. So I have one question. Are you ready? Are you ready to stop waiting, stop wishing, and start doing? Then let's go. Change happens the moment you decide. Change is not a process that takes years. It's not something that waits for permission. It happens in an instant, the very moment you make a firm, unshakable decision that you will no longer accept anything less than the life you deserve. Most people believe they need more time, more resources, or a perfect plan before they can transform their lives. But that's an illusion. The only thing holding you back is hesitation. Every breakthrough in life starts with a decision, a commitment to step beyond your comfort zone and embrace the discomfort of growth. Think about the most powerful moments in history, the people who changed their destiny. It wasn't because the stars aligned or fate intervened, it was because in a single moment they decided enough was enough. They burned the bridges to their past limitations and made success their only option. The power of decision is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Right now, you have that same power. You don't need a new year, a new month, or a Monday to start. You just need to decide that from this moment forward, your life is going to change. You have to attach meaning to your decision. Why do you want this change? Why must you make it happen? If your reasons are weak, your commitment will be weak. If your reasons are powerful, nothing will stop you. The people who succeed are not the ones who have the perfect plan. They are the ones who have a burning desire so strong that they refuse to quit, no matter what obstacles come their way. The moment you decide, your world begins to shift. But you have to be clear. A vague decision leads to vague results. If you say, I want to be healthier, that's not enough. What does that mean? Do you want to lose 10 pounds? Gain muscle? Increase your energy? Be specific. The more clarity you have, the stronger your decision becomes. And once you decide, you must eliminate all other options. There's no going back. You must commit fully and step into the version of yourself that is already winning. Mindset is your greatest weapon. Train it daily. Once you've made the decision to change, the next battle is in your mind. Your thoughts create your reality. If you don't master your mindset, you'll sabotage your progress before you even begin. Every limitation, every doubt, every fear, it's all in your mind. Your brain is like a muscle, and if you don't train it, it will default to weakness. Most people let their minds control them instead of taking control of their minds. They let fear dictate their choices. They allow negativity to poison their thoughts. They focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. But here's the truth. Your mind is your most powerful weapon, and you have to sharpen it every single day. Success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about conditioning your mind to think like a winner. How do you train your mind? It starts with what you feed it. Every single day, your mind is being programmed either by you or by your environment. If you wake up and the first thing you do is scroll through negative news, gossip, and distractions, you're feeding your mind garbage. And when you feed your mind garbage, you get garbage results. Instead, you need to feed your mind Read books that challenge you. Listen to speakers who inspire you. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better. Cut out the negativity. Remove the excuses. Take control of your mental diet the same way you would take control of a physical diet. If you eat junk food every day, your body deteriorates. If you consume negativity every day, your mind deteriorates. But if you feed it with strength, discipline, and vision, your mind becomes unstoppable. Repetition is the key. Training your mind isn't something you do once. It's something you do every single day. Just like going to the gym, you don't build muscle from one workout. You build it through daily discipline. Your mind is the same way. If you don't train it, it will default to weakness. But if you train it daily, it will become the strongest asset you have. Mastering your mindset is the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck. It's not about intelligence. It's not about talent. It's about mental conditioning. If you can control your mind, you can control your future. It starts the moment you decide that you are no longer willing to let old beliefs and fears dictate your life. You take control. You rewire your thinking. You train yourself for victory. And when your mindset shifts, your entire world shifts with it. Raise your standards and never settle. The difference between those who live an extraordinary life and those who simply exist is the standards they set for themselves. Every single result you have in your life right now, your health, your relationships, your income, is a direct reflection of the standards you have accepted. If you're not where you want to be, it's not because life is unfair, it's because you've settled for less than you deserve. Most people lower their standards to match their circumstances instead of raising their standards to demand more from life. They convince themselves that where they are is good enough, that they don't need to push harder, that striving for more is unrealistic. But the moment you accept mediocrity, you condition yourself to stay stuck. Think about the most successful people in the world. They refuse to tolerate average. They refuse to settle for a life that doesn't excite them. They expect more from themselves, and because they expect more, they get more. If you raise the standard of what you demand from yourself, everything changes. It's not about hoping things will get better. It's about making a decision that you will no longer accept anything below your true potential. When you truly raise your standards, it's no longer a wish. It's no longer a goal. It's who you are. If you set the standard that you always give 100%, that you never quit, that you take care of your body, that you control your emotions, those become your non-negotiables. Most people fear raising their standards because it requires effort, it requires change, and it requires breaking habits that have become comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of greatness. If you're too comfortable, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're slowly dying inside. Growth requires discomfort, but that discomfort is where transformation happens. The fastest way to change your life is to identify one area where you've been settling and make the decision that from this moment forward, you will accept nothing less than excellence. Take massive, relentless action. You can have the best mindset, the highest standards, the most powerful goals, but if you don't back it up with massive action, it means nothing. The world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards results. Most people talk about what they're going to do. They get excited about their dreams, they make big plans, but when it comes to actually taking action, they hesitate. They wait for the right time. Wait until they feel ready. But the truth is, action creates readiness, not the other way around. You will never feel fully prepared. You will never have all the answers. The key to success is to move forward anyway. People who win in life don't just take action, they take massive, relentless action. They don't take small, comfortable steps. They take bold, decisive action that forces them to grow. They don't just work hard when they feel like it. They push forward even when they're tired, even when they're frustrated, even when they don't see immediate results. They don't let temporary failure slow them down because they understand that failure is part of the process. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. The difference is they don't stop. They adjust, they learn, and they keep taking action. If you want to transform your life, you must develop a bias for action. When an opportunity presents itself, act on it. When you set a goal, don't just write it down, take the first step immediately. When doubt creeps in, drown it out with movement. Small actions compound over time, but big, bold action accelerates results. The more action you take, the more feedback you get. The more feedback you get, the faster you improve. The faster you improve, the faster you succeed. There will be days when you don't feel like it. There will be days when things don't go as planned. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, but that's when you double down. That's when you remind yourself why you started. That's when you push even harder. Every single day, you have two choices. You can either take action and move closer to your goals, or you can hesitate and stay exactly where you are. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to take relentless action even when you don't see immediate results? Are you willing to push through the discomfort, the setbacks, the failures? Because the truth is, success doesn't go to the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. It goes to the ones who take the most action, the ones who refuse to stop, the ones who get knocked down but rise up stronger. The people who achieve their dreams are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who took action despite every obstacle in their way. They didn't wait for things to be perfect. They didn't let fear stop them. They moved forward again and again until they broke through. Because in the end, the only thing that truly separates those who succeed from those who don't is the willingness to take massive, relentless action. Success loves speed. Stop overthinking. Most people spend their lives waiting. They wait for the right time, the right circumstances, the perfect plan. They hesitate, they analyze, they overthink every possible outcome, and in the process, they do nothing. Success doesn't wait for anyone. It moves fast. It rewards those who take action, not those who sit on the sidelines trying to figure out every detail before they make a move. The longer you wait, the more your fears take over. The longer you hesitate, the more excuses you create. The longer you analyze, the more you convince yourself that you're not ready. But the truth is, you will never feel fully ready. You will never have all the answers. The only way to succeed is to start before you feel prepared. People who achieve great things don't have a secret formula. They don't know more than you. They don't have some magical ability that guarantees success. The difference is they move. They don't let fear dictate their actions. They don't let doubt paralyze them. They don't wait for permission. When they get an idea, they act on it immediately. When they see an opportunity, they grab it before someone else does. When they set a goal, they take the first step before their mind has time to talk them out of it. Speed matters because momentum is everything. The faster you take action, the faster you learn. The faster you learn, the faster you improve. The faster you improve, the faster you achieve results. When you hesitate, you kill your momentum before it even starts. You let fear creep in. You let doubt take over. You let indecision keep you stuck. But the moment you commit to moving fast, everything changes. You don't waste time second-guessing yourself. Most people think they need more information before they can act. They believe they need to study more, research more, prepare more, but knowledge without action is useless. You don't need more information, you need more execution. You don't need to read another book or watch another motivational video. You need to take the first step. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who know the most. They are the ones who do the most. They don't get stuck in planning mode. They don't waste time perfecting their strategy. They take action, make mistakes, adjust, and keep moving forward. When you move fast, you separate yourself from the masses. Most people procrastinate. Most people hesitate. Most people wait for certainty. But the ones who win are the ones who take action before they have all the answers. They understand that speed beats perfection. They understand that done is better than perfect. They understand that success comes to those who take risks, who make bold moves, who refuse to let overthinking slow them down. There will always be reasons to wait. There will always be reasons to postpone action. Your mind will always come up with excuses. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? But what if you succeed? What if this is the moment that changes everything? What if taking action right now is the decision that sets your life on a completely different trajectory? The only way to find out is to move. The only way to break through is to stop thinking and start doing. The faster you take action, the faster you get feedback. The faster you get feedback, the faster you grow. The faster you grow, the faster you reach your goals. If you want to succeed at anything, your business, your health, your personal growth, you must move faster than your doubts. You must make decisions before fear has a chance to stop you. You must trust yourself enough to take action without waiting for everything to be perfect. Because success belongs to those who move, those who execute, those who refuse to be slowed down by hesitation and overthinking. Daily consistency builds unstoppable momentum. Success is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. Most people think they need massive breakthroughs to change their lives. They believe they need a huge opportunity, a major life-changing moment. But the truth is, success is built in the small, consistent actions you take every day. It's not about one big move. It's about daily habits, daily discipline, daily commitment. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the world. When you have it, everything feels easier. When you lose it, everything feels like an uphill battle. The key to building momentum is consistency. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who work hard for a few days and then stop. They are the ones who show up every single day, no matter what. They don't rely on motivation. They don't wait until they feel like it. They do the work whether they're inspired or not. Most people fail because they're inconsistent. They start strong, but when they don't see immediate results, they slow down. They get discouraged. They give up. But success doesn't come to those who start. It comes to those who stay in the game long enough to see results. The longer you stay consistent, the more momentum you build. The more momentum you build, the easier it becomes to keep going. And once you have momentum, you become unstoppable. The problem is, most people want results without consistency. They want to be fit, but they only go to the gym when they feel like it. They want to be successful, but they only work on their goals when it's convenient. They want financial freedom, but they only save money when it's easy. They operate in cycles of intensity followed by laziness. They go all in for a week, then disappear for a month. But success doesn't work like that. You don't get results from what you do occasionally. You get results from what you do daily. The key to consistency is discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up when no one is watching. It means staying committed even when progress is slow. It means focusing on the process, not just the outcome. Because when you stay consistent long enough, results become. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work. There will be days when progress feels slow. There will be moments when you question if it's even worth it. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the ones who succeed from the ones who quit. Because the truth is, success isn't about talent. It's not about luck. It's not about intelligence. It's about who can stay consistent the longest. Most people quit too soon. They expect instant results, and when they don't see them, they give up. They switch to something else. They start over. But every time you quit, you reset your momentum. Every time you stop, you make it harder to start again. The people who win are not the ones who get it right the first time. They are the ones who refuse to stop, who refuse to let frustration break their consistency. The secret to unstoppable momentum is simple. Show up every day. Put in the work. Stay committed. Keep moving forward even when progress feels invisible. Because every small action, every daily habit, every disciplined choice adds up. And when you stay consistent long enough, success is no longer a question of if. It's only a question of when. Develop an unshakable mindset. Success is not just about strategy, it's about psychology. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who struggle is their mindset. Most people let fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs control them. They allow external circumstances to dictate their emotions, and they react to life instead of taking control. The key to lasting success is training your mind to be unshakable, to develop the mental toughness that allows you to push through challenges without hesitation. The most successful people don't avoid problems. They face them head on with confidence. They don't dwell on setbacks. They extract lessons and move forward. They don't wait for motivation. They create it by taking action. Developing an unshakable mindset starts with mastering your internal dialogue. The thoughts you repeat to yourself daily shape your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your actions. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, not smart enough, not ready, your subconscious will find ways to confirm those beliefs. But if you train yourself to focus on solutions instead of obstacles, on opportunities instead of fears, you rewire your mind for success. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about choosing an empowering perspective that allows you to take control. Challenges will come, setbacks will happen, but they don't have to break you. The strongest people aren't those who have it easy, they're the ones who have trained themselves to stay strong no matter what. Resilience isn't a talent, it's a skill. Every time you push through doubt, every time you refuse to let fear stop you, every time you take action despite uncertainty, you build an unshakable mindset. Surround yourself with winners. Your environment dictates your success more than you realize. The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. If you surround yourself with people who settle for mediocrity, who complain, who make excuses, who don't challenge themselves, you will naturally lower your standards to match theirs. But if you surround yourself with people who push themselves, who set high standards, who take massive action, you will rise to their level. Success is contagious, just like failure. If you want to elevate your life, elevate your circle. Find people who inspire you, who challenge you, who hold you accountable. Distance yourself from negativity, from toxic relationships, from anyone who tries to pull you down. The most successful people are intentional about their relationships. They don't waste energy on those who drain them. Growth happens when you're around people who expect more from you. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you're the most driven person in your circle is holding you back. Find people who make you uncomfortable in the best way, who force you to level up, who inspire you to take bigger risks, who show you what's possible. The fastest way to accelerate your success is to put yourself in an environment where winning is the norm. Your mindset, your energy, your habits will shift to match those around you. Success is not just about what you do, it's about who you do it with. Master the power of discipline. Success isn't about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Most people rely on motivation, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, and if you depend on it, you'll never build lasting success. Discipline is the key that separates those who achieve their goals from those who struggle. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up every single day, sticking to your commitments, and pushing forward no matter how you feel. The strongest individuals aren't the ones who always feel inspired, they're the ones who take action regardless of their emotions. Every time you follow through on your commitments, you reinforce the identity of someone who is disciplined, focused, and unstoppable. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's a pathway to freedom. When you master discipline, you gain control over your life. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You don't let distractions, excuses, or short-term comfort dictate your future. Success becomes inevitable because you no longer wait for the perfect mood or the perfect circumstances. Instead, you take control, act with purpose, and move forward with relentless determination. Take massive action, no matter what. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with action. Most people dream, plan, and set goals, but they hesitate when it's time to execute. They wait for certainty, they overthink, they get stuck in analysis paralysis. But nothing happens until you take massive action. The most successful people don't wait for permission. They don't wait for the right time. They don't wait until they feel ready. They move, they take bold, decisive action in the direction of their goals, and they course correct along the way. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Every small step forward compounds over time. Even if you make mistakes, even if you fail, every action brings you closer to success. The only real failure is inaction. The longer you wait, the more difficult it becomes to start. Success belongs to those who refuse to sit on the sidelines, those who take massive action, who keep moving forward, who refuse to let fear or uncertainty hold them back. You don't need a perfect plan. You need relentless execution. You don't need to know every step ahead. You need to take the first step. Because the moment you commit to taking massive action, you shift from wishing. You have the blueprint, the mindset, the habits, the discipline. You know what it takes. You felt the fire, the momentum that comes from taking control. But now the real question, what are you going to do with it? Most people get fired up, swear they'll change, then fall back into the same patterns. They let fear win. They go back to comfort. And nothing changes. Not you, not this time. Today you draw the line, not just to feel motivated, but to execute, to take the first step, the next step, to move with relentless action until success is inevitable. Because this isn't about wishing, it's about deciding. Deciding you're done making excuses, done playing small, deciding you're the kind of person who takes control, who does whatever. The only thing between you and your dream life is action. Winners aren't the smartest, the luckiest, they're the ones who refuse to quit, who show up every day and do the work. So I'll ask you, who will you be? Another person who talks about change, or the one who decides, acts, and never looks back? The next 30 days can change everything if you commit. So stop waiting, stop thinking, move now.